Good. Right there. Should be touching. Good. Bring my fingers down and together. Bring my fingers down and together. Yeah. See that? He's really, yeah, he's really hyper up there. Good. Tuck your chin. Tuck. Good. Can you still get your fingers in there? Tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. Nope. So I want you to stick your ass out big time. Yeah. Tuck your chin though. Okay. And then continue. Real tough for him. Okay. Hey guys, listen. Here's where every exercise is an assessment, and now you can just start deciding what corrective exercises will make sense to add to someone's routine so that they can potentially deadlift better. This guy, he's pretty strong. He's pretty solid. He can definitely yank the weight off the floor, but he has a really difficult time maintaining hyperlordosis or lordosis. And I spoke to you yesterday. I said, boy, you need an ass. That's why he keeps hurting his knees. He keeps hurting his knees because he doesn't have the ability, he doesn't have the low back strength to tip his pelvis anteriorly, and that means he doesn't have the power of his glutes, so he's got to rely on the hinge power of his knees. And how many knee surgeries? 4 fucking knee surgeries. Hey, if I get him to deadlift properly, do you think he'll have less knee surgeries? Yes. The muscles he's going to need to strengthen so that he can deadlift, and so that ultimately he doesn't keep fucking up his knees, are the same muscles that they're his low back. You need stronger hip flexors, and you need stronger low back muscles. You need muscles that help you do this better. So we're gonna work corrective deadlifting with him, but he also needs to do hip and back extensions. So, or what does Louis Simmons use? That reverse hyper would change your life. I want to integrate the glutes and the low back. So here's one exercise that might help you. Lay down on your stomach. Good. So that we can get everything involved, we're going to also use the arms. I want your thumbs up, hands at a 45-degree angle. The fibers of the lats are at a 45-degree angle, and they work into the shoulder this way, so that's why I have his hands at a 45-degree angle. I want you to raise your chest off the ground. Bring your arms up with you. Reach them over your head like you're saying touchdown. Good, but the elbows are straight. Good. And you see how this is all extended right there? Tuck your chin. Get your legs off the ground too. Tighten your quads, tighten your glutes. More here. Good, tuck your chin. Good. So this is an annoying little exercise where we'd have him hold that for a minute at a time, and it's only been about 15 seconds. How you doing there? It's tough, right? Because it goes completely against everything that his body wants to do. Tuck your chin. Also, I want you to imagine that your head is being pulled this way. So tuck your chin, and a rope is being attached and pulling your head. Good, because he also is really hypertonic here, and is in his suboccipitals, the muscles that extend his neck. Wherever you find there's a lack of mobility, very close by, you'll find hypermobility. Wherever you find weakness, you're going to find hypertension somewhere nearby. Usually. Some people are just flaccid all over, and some people are just tense all over. But usually when there's imbalance, it's, right, you see where he wants to go here? These muscles want to work, these muscles don't want to work. Right, yeah, turn that one on. You got an imbalance from left to right. Which knee do you keep injuring?
Left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as a corrective routine so that you could ultimately come up, do your deadlift, bent over rows, because we're just gonna force him to stay there, and we're gonna do some bent over rows in a moment. Bent over row is a chunked portion of the deadlift. That's the way I see a bent over row. The only purpose of bent over row in my mind is I've chunked down the deadlift to a mechanical disadvantage, and we're integrating the pull movement with it. That's all it is. So bent over rows should be an integral part of your program, granted that you're doing it in the way that I teach with the bar. Exercises like this, reverse hypers, anything that really help you with extension. Low back extension, really. It'd be hip flexion, because your hip flexors also are one of those muscles. Like this is an exercise that would also help you because your hip flexors also support lumbar lordosis. Someone with really tight hip flexors has a really deep curve in their low back. Someone who has no curve in their low back, like he's got, the hip flexors are open. So one exercise that would help a guy like this, in my opinion, this is one of the best ways to stimulate and integrate the hip flexors. shoulders against the wall. I like to always facilitate good posture, so we'll have him exaggerate by turning his palms out. Keep your hands up against the wall, good. Tuck your chin. So all this is all set up the way I want it to be set up. Good. He's got a nice arch in his low back, which is exactly what I want. Now, I want you to lift your knee up to my hand. Good. Get it up there, up higher, 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 higher. Good. Now maintaining this arch, right? Don't lose this arch and always keep your butt on the wall. Yeah. Right? Good. So maintain this arch, keep everything as it is, keep your butt on the wall, keep your knee up this high. I want you to extend your leg. Good. Maintain the arch now. Yeah, it's tough, right? Bring it back. Bring the knee back. Good. Make the arch again. Yes, good. That's all right. Good. Keep the arch and keep your knee up and extend. That's okay. Come on back. Keep your knee up though high. Good. Only go as far as you can this time. But keep my hand touched by your knee. Good. That's it. Get your knee up higher. Knee up higher. Good. So we're working on flexing the hip. The hip flexor does what? It flexes the hip. So I need this hip to be flexed the whole time while we strengthen the hip flexor. Good. Switch legs. So you quickly see how a deadlift goes from, well, it's a fucking deadlift, to an assessment to corrective exercise. And if he wants to stop having knee injuries and he wants to be the athlete that he potentially could be, he's gonna have to do dumb shit like this. Good.